Boozed and Confused is a comedy and weird topic podcast. Adult language may be used, probably by me. While our episode topics may be educational in nature, we are not responsible if your children start dropping the F-bomb to their kindergarten class. Listener discretion is advised. Hi, everyone.
Is the power back on yet?
The power, yeah. So, I had put out a note earlier late last week, that was like, we had a power outage. It wasn't a power outage. It was like an internet and cell service outage. But we're back. I'm Carol Ann.
Yeah, it just came back.
No, it did not.
We've been living under a rock for the last week.
What year is it?
My name's Matt.
And this is Boozed and Confused. Welcome back.
I think this week it's just confused.
It is very confused.
This is a water episode.
It is a water
We're
episode,
both drinking water.
Yeah, I need to after the long weekend. Hope you've had a good holiday weekend if you're in the States. And if you're not in the States, I'm sure you had a great weekend anyways. Yeah, so we've got just like a bullshitish kind of article that we're going to read through today. I think a lot of our past topics, or the recent ones at least, have been a little heavy. And also, shit's just been absolutely crazy by us. So we're just like keeping this one pretty...
It's copacetic.
Lighthearted.
It's copacetic, yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into it, though, a couple of housekeeping items. As always, you can just fast forward like 30 seconds and you're probably fine. The first one is we're on all your favorite social medias, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And you could always send us a DM there. I think Instagram and Twitter are like the easiest. Actually, if you've left a YouTube comment in the last 6 months, I probably haven't seen it. So I should look at those. And nobody's on Facebook anymore, so...
It's like two people talking at the dinner table at school.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And if you don't want to use social media, good for you. You could always send us an email at boozedandconfusedpodcast@gmail.com. And we'll respond to you in a timely fashion.
Yeah, on 3 to 5 business days.
Yes,
business weeks. Sorry, business weeks.
Let's see. The next one. If you like the pod and you want to support us, the best way you can do that is by leaving us a review or subscribing and following wherever you get your podcasts, especially Spotify now has a rating system, which is super neato. And if you leave us a review and you take a screenshot and you send it to us, we'll send you some Boozed and Confused stickers in the mail for free. For free.
What if I got all my students to leave like a 5-star review and then I get fired?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not.
You were talking about what?
Let's not intersect
all those naughty
our
words.
Lives. Yeah, some of my coworkers... Hello, coworkers, if you found this pod after we've talked about it. Some of them found out that I do a podcast, and they were like, I'm gonna find out which one it is. So I wonder if they found it yet.
I feel like in your area of work, it's really easy for them to find it. It's what they do. Yeah, you find the wildest things right away.
I do. Well, I'm just really good at Googling things, and that's 90% of being good at any job. So, all right. The last one.
What are you drinking?
Water.
What are you drinking out of?
Water.
What are you? So
I'm drinking out of my glow-in-the-dark Nalgene. That's got a bunch of stickers on it.
That sounds like fun.
Including a Boozed and Confused sticker.
Yeah, I'm also drinking water out of this really big stainless steel, like 64-ounce flask. And I do not have a podcast sticker on it because then the jig is up. Kids know about that I do a pod with you, but they have never found it. And they never will. I will never reveal it.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's it. It's just a couple of hydro homies today.
Let's try this. If you did find the pod student... The code word is guava melon.
Excellent.
If you tell me this in school, you will never see me again. Never see me again. There we go. There it is.
Excellent. All right. So today we've got a list verse article for you. The link will be in the show notes, like always. We used to do these every once in a while, and some of them were really good. So I'm happy we're doing this one again. But I found this one, and I was like, yep, this is going to be our topic for the week. So this is 10 signs you might have already been abducted by aliens.
Wait until you hear number 6.
So this was written by Marcus Louth, fact-checked by Darcy Heineken. Heikkinen.
Sign me
Looks
up.
like Heineken, sorry. So we'll just get right into it. Number 10, the number 10
Whoa,
sign.
we're going backwards?
Do you want me to start with number 1?
No, I think number 1's probably like the best one.
Yeah, really big
Top
one.
10 proof.
So number 10 is strange windows of missing time. Perhaps the biggest indicator of an alien abduction is the sudden realization of missing time. These windows can last from a few minutes to up to several hours. Quite often, those suffering from these disturbing episodes turn to hypnotic regression to unlock these repressed memories. Incidentally, the use of such techniques divides opinion, even in the UFO community. I have to agree. I feel like a lot of times that shit just brings up like false memories, especially if you're like trying to dig back into like childhood stuff. It's like, realistically, how accurate is that which is being brought up?
I just feel like people who go under hypnosis are just pretending because they don't want to like embarrass the person who's doing the hypnosis.
Yeah, that's also very fair.
Like the whole like you're asleep. It's like,
Yeah.
Am I?
Good night. I wish.
Oh, well, everyone else just lowered their heads. I'm going to lower my head too.
Many skeptics suggest that the results achieved under hypnosis are unreliable. Some even claim they are simply cases of the witness being led by the person performing the session, which is also very fair to say. Like leading,
point.
yeah.
Fair play.
We should also note, though, that many others believe hypnotic regression to be very credible. What's more, it is used often for various reasons outside of UFO circles. Obviously, the larger the amount of time a person can't account for, the more unnerved they feel, and that edginess then turns to constant anxiety, and that is where we will turn our attention next. Number 8.
8?
Number 9. Sudden feeling of constant anxiety.
Oh,
Which
ding, 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 ding.
Which is actually just called my daily life. A sudden feeling of anxiety is often recalled by people who discover they have been abducted by aliens. What's more, this panic state offers results in other issues. For example, many have a sudden feeling of having to be ready to go on the run at any moment. They don't, however, know who or what they are running from or why.
It's like flight or flight mode.
Yeah, it's just constant flight.
It's constant flight.
Constant flight. Well, that's awful.
I'm ready to go. I'm always ready to go.
It is perhaps worth noting one of the most famous cases of alien abduction, the Betty and Barney Hill case. I think we did
that rings a
an
little
episode
bell.
on that.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, a little ding-a-ling there.
Rings a bell.
Before regression revealed their encounters, they would speak of how they would suddenly begin keeping a packed bag by their door. This was ready to load into their car should they need to make a quick getaway, from what, however, they did not know. Again, such sudden anxiety can develop for a whole host of reasons that have nothing to do with alien abduction. However, when experienced with one or more of the other points on our list, it is perhaps worth taking note of them.
I've always got a bag packed.
Do you? Do you have a go bag?
Yeah, it's in the back room.
And what's in the go bag? Dirty laundry.
Soccer
cleats.
Shoe cleats. Boots. A lot of pens.
Yeah.
A lot of pens, like 30 pens.
Yeah, just in case.
A couple stickers. A garbage bag.
Of course. That's in every Naked and Afraid episode I've ever seen. So yeah,
you gotta have your garbage bag. Yeah, and some clothes I should probably take out. And I'm
Yeah.
sure those can probably get washed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my go bag.
All right. Number 8. Hearing strange noises while going in and out of sleep.
That one seems like kind of vague.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these are going to be slightly vague. The hearing strange noises while going in and out of sleep is disturbing to me because this does happen to me actually quite often where I'm like, am I in this weird state of like starting to be dreaming, or like is there actually a dog barking outside or a person screaming outside or what have you?
Is there a human barking?
Yeah. A human barking. Like maybe some neighbors got some kind of kinks or something, you know? I don't know.
Now you're going to go out to the neighbor's house under their window and you're gonna meow for half an hour while I watch you.
I can only imagine the Facebook neighborhood watch group. It's gonna be like, anybody here? Is a cat outside?
Is it gunshots? LOL. Easy, Bernice.
Deborah. Many paranormal researchers suggest that the moments when a person is going into and coming out of sleep are of importance. Ooh, I don't like that. This is, some claim, when they or perhaps their mind are most open to unknown energies that surround us. I really don't like this the more I read it.
Oh, I dig that one. I dig it.
Many abductees have reported hearing the chatter and whispers of these strange entities during this time. These little understood moments, even today, are the subject of debate. As far as alien abductions are concerned, though, some researchers believe these sounds are actually the last memories of the conscious mind. Interesting. Okay.
Huh.
Perhaps it was recalling the beginning or end of an alien abduction incident. For example, many people report hearing a strange machine-like buzzing during these moments. Might these sounds be of genuine alien aircraft? Okay. Other sounds include metallic tapping noises and, perhaps most unsettling, the constant sound of strange voices speaking an equally strange language. Such notions are nothing more than speculation. However, many who claim alien abduction often mention such details, and that means we surely can't ignore it completely.
We can only mostly ignore it. I'm just gonna keep mostly ignoring that one, but not completely.
No, I don't like that one because that one feels a little too applicable to me, but that's all right. Okay. Number 7, the appearance of unusual markings on the body. I'm also going to say I feel like a lot of these could just tie back to like you get really shit-faced one night and you black out and you're like in and out of it because you're so drunk and you fall down a bunch and you're fucking bruised everywhere. And then you wake up the next morning and you're like, alien abduction ?
Ringing noises, weird sounds.
Perhaps as much as missing time, another alleged clear indicator of an alien abduction is the sudden appearance of strange markings. These are often red dots or squares and usually are regularly spaced on the body, as if from a purposely designed template. Okay, well, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I just get some bruises.
Yeah. You know
what?
I
just have bruises.
I don't remember where I was. Maybe sometime in the last like week or so. And this woman, I was walking, and this woman in front of me had all of these like perfectly circular, like dark red spots on her back. And I was like, what the hell is that? And it's cupping. It was cupping.
Immediately going to cut you off there. And
yeah, no. I was not accusing this woman of being abducted by aliens.
It's cupping.
It was just
it's cupping.
Very disturbing. What's more, these markings are often in particular patterns and not simply a mark or a bruise. Okay, well, there goes the shit face theory. Indeed, the markings are very similar to quote-unquote branding. Most often, these marks fade after several days. Might these bizarre dots, squares, circles, and a whole host of other shapes be physical proof of an alien encounter? If we accept the many people who have made such claims are genuine, then it is certainly an area of intrigue and a detail that can't be dismissed without further study. Incidentally, these strange markings often result in the discovery of strange pieces of metal buried within the abductee's body. They really buried the lead on that one.
That one took a second to get to it. Okay, the foreign objects in the body.
Yeah.
It's not my weird leg bruises from bashing my shin, waking up at 3 a.m. By the way, you're always in bed. It's not like you're missing. So like every night that I've woken up to like go to the bathroom because I drink too much water.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Okay, but what if
they left pillows?
they just like put the
They're like
and they just put like the blanket over me and the cats don't even fucking notice. It's
like
not me. They don't care.
Very slight like stuffy nose snoring like you
Yeah.
don't snore, but
yeah. Well, I'm sure I might.
Yeah, but maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Very light.
Well, I was gonna say, what if it happens like you fall asleep on the couch and then they abduct me from upstairs and like nothing wakes you up, so they'd like certainly go for me.
Oh yeah, I guess not like an every time thing, but like a many time thing. When the producer pipes up at night, I at times wake up and you actually don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this point later.
We'll unpack that later.
We'll talk in the car. Number 6, waking up in a different place from where you fell asleep.
My entire childhood right there. My entire childhood. Wait, I was on the couch? Now I'm in bed?
God. That's disturbing. We should talk about that later.
Just my parents bringing me to bed probably as like a child.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes more sense. Many people sleepwalk, and they do so for a variety of reasons. However, many of those who make claims of alien abduction also claim that they often wake up in a different room of their house, and what's more, they are often unclothed or redressed in their clothes, but in a chaotic order, as if they had been dressed by someone who had little idea of how such clothes should be worn. I like to imagine...
Why are these pants on my head? Who put these pants on my head?
I like to imagine someone's like got their like fall flannel jacket like worn as pants, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
And the alien's like, "Look, there's 2 holes for arms.
George, this doesn't make any sense.
This is where they poop."
Yeah, perfect. It makes a lot of sense to me. Even stranger, the apparent abductee often wakes to find dirt or soil on their feet, or even with cuts or scratches to their legs or arms, similar to marking they may receive from walking outside while being ill-dressed to do so. There could be many reasons for these strange accounts, however, once more, when combined with some of the other points on this list, they just might be a concern to some, perhaps especially if they are experienced alongside the details of our next stop.
What's our next stop?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Intense nightmares leading to insomnia. Okay. Everyone has a nightmare from time to time. In fact, it would be quite strange if we were not having a frightening dream every now and then. The cool thing about being a parent is that your nightmares turn into nightmares about your kids, which is just awful, and it ruins your day. However, that last bit about the parents was obviously not in the article. However, many people who claim to be abductees also claim to begin having extremely intense night terrors. In fact, so bad are these dreams that they usually lead to a state of insomnia. According to the many files on the subject, these nightmares usually feature a creature with quote-unquote large eyes. More intriguing, many witnesses claim that owls haunt these strange and intense dreams. We should note that some researchers liken the owl's image to a confused sighting of a gray alien. What is that movie? Is it Strange Encounters of the Fourth Kind?
Close Encounters?
Something like that, where it's
wait,
like the...
Wait, you mean the like documentary?
The documentary one, where it's like the person who's some kind of like therapist who's like working with the people in Alaska who
like
have been
meditating.
like abducted. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to watch that movie again. I just got
It's not
chills
a movie.
thinking
It's
about
a
it.
documentary.
No, there's a like fake documentary. All right. We're going to do a pause for a second. All right, we're back. It's called The Fourth Kind. It's
Just
not
full
actually.
stop.
Yeah, it's not actually called, or it's not actually a documentary. It's just a science fiction, like a horror thriller film. And it's a psychologist using hypnosis to uncover all of these memories people have of being abducted. It's a fantastic movie. I love it. Highly recommend.
That's high praise coming from you.
Yeah. Well, apparently my opinion is trash. I'm trying to look at the reviews. 90% of people liked this movie. As Google users, it's got an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't let that deter you. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, they gave like that new Jurassic Park movie like 76%.
Okay, that movie is terrible. Terrible.
There's an extended cut on Peacock.
Yeah, just I don't want to watch any more of that than I have to, unless the extended parts are all just Jeff Goldblum.
No.
No.
Jeff Goldblum though is fantastic. It was great seeing all the old folks come back. And who was that one actor who was in it? He was like Jeff Goldblum's helper, like his assistant, who like helped him sneak around a little bit. And he was in that one Netflix show that we both liked.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
50, something like that. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, back to this list. With this in mind, it is perhaps easy to see why people who make such claims often exhibit other traits such as paranoia. Even if these events are only in their own minds, they most often lead to the drained state they will find themselves in. This, as ironic as it might be, most often harms their credibility in the eyes of the wider public.
You know, I had a dream the other night that I told you about. It was like a nightmare. And it was I was borrowing a friend's car.
Yes.
And it was like a sports car. It was a really nice sports car, like a convertible. But all the pedals were just different speeds. There was no brake. So I couldn't brake at anything, and I would just crash into walls constantly.
But the car was never damaged.
The car was never
just
damaged.
Constant crashing. Yeah.
I can say that was aliens now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Been abducted. Check.
Number 4, bizarre effects around electrical equipment. Another point of intrigue is that many alien abductees often witness Electricon.
Welcome to Electricon. It's just like, it's just a convention of electricians.
Often witness electronic equipment acting strangely when they are near. And these can be anything from small devices such as alarm clocks to televisions and computers. In most extreme cases, these electronic shortages result in small fires. Ooh.
This, I think we're onto something here, because whenever I walk by my students who have their electronics open, whenever I get near their screens, whatever they're doing just minimizes instantaneously.
I think we're onto something here.
It's just whatever they're doing, just whoosh, gone.
Wow. Huh.
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 Huh. Huh. How about that? Well, let's see if these other ones apply, and then maybe we'll
no
do
fires,
a
though.
yes, no. Yeah, no fires. In some cases, abductees claim higher electric bills begin to arrive out of nowhere. Huh.
Check.
Huh. As if they were somehow draining the power system at their homes. In most cases, a reason for such high usage escapes the energy providers. Perhaps even stranger, many abductees who report such problems also report having a strange and constant buzzing in their ears. Often, this buzzing takes place when a device might be acting strangely. Might this suggest a link between the two? Perhaps some kind of release of electrical energy from the abductee and the respective electrical equipment. There are repeated examples of this type of activity in the files of UFO and alien investigators, particularly those who focus on the claims of alien abduction. Okay. How about this one? Number 3, sudden paranormal activity and shadow people.
Oh, I didn't know.
You don't have shadow people? That's okay. I don't think you have to have all of these in order to say that you've been abducted.
No shadows.
Okay.
Just the one that I make. Wait.
Wait.
There actually is one behind you right now.
Oh, is it me?
Look to your left.
Oh, no.
Just ignore it.
The link between paranormal activity and alien abduction is stronger than many people might think. Perhaps one of the strangest of these ghostly encounters is the claims of abductees seeing shadow people in and around the home. These shadow people are so called as they are nothing but a black body-shaped figure, and even more unnerving, they are seen only from the corner of the person's eye, and only then for a very brief time. If you want to know something that used to terrify me as a kid, I have awful vision.
Yeah, you do.
Terrible vision.
It's crap.
When I take my contacts out, everything around me is just dots. It's all blurs. So when I was younger and I would be laying in bed and I would not be able to have my glasses close by because I didn't really have a bedside table, I would just be laying there and the door would be like open and it would be a hallway. And I swear to God, there would be like, maybe it was my mind playing tricks on me because it was dark, but there like in my mind would be like figures of these like little blobs, you know? But then of course it's just like my terrible vision, I'm sure.
I'm gonna really hope it's just your bad. It's really bad. Your vision
it is really bad.
That's your bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. So send me good vibes. I go to the eye doctor for my appointment this week.
Not me. 2020 baby.
Could these be alien entities moving around a person's home, maybe using unknown to us cloaking technology? Or might alien abduction be more of a paranormal experience than a cosmic one? Even more intriguing, other paranormal encounters are also reported by abductees. These include such chilling incidents as fast-forming fogs or mists out of nowhere. These claims might be easy to dismiss. That is, if it wasn't for the several people who have managed to capture such strange entities in photographs, or, better still, having set up a CCTV, they have spotted these shadowy forms moving across the screen.
This is going to be my next Google search. Fun time.
Number 2. A sudden development of psychic and telepathic ability.
You know, I do feel like I have a tinge of the ability.
So far, I would say my soccer predictions are going pretty well. So
we're done.
If
Episode's over.
If anyone watches the Premier League,
catch you next time, everyone.
I stated August 1st that Arsenal were going to win the league.
It's not going to happen.
Catch me back in May 2023, and we'll see what happens.
They'll be in third place.
Perhaps one of the strangest signs of alien abduction is the sudden ability to foresee future events, and in some cases, even the ability to use telepathy. If I had
telepathy,
if I had telepathic powers,
yeah,
I would just want to know what the cats are thinking. That's it. That's
you
all
already
I
know what
know.
They're thinking because I tell you what they're thinking.
There are various theories as to why this might be, not least that such strange events might result in channels opening in the brain that have previously been shut off. Whether that event was real or imagined, it would appear, is not an important factor. As well as these psychic abilities, many people also speak of a sudden awareness of the world around them. Others similarly mention that they have a sudden understanding of the powers of the universe. Interesting.
I understand how the universe works.
I mean, can you imagine though, like, if that were true, the overwhelming, like, knowledge gain that you would have? I don't know how you could live with that if it were true.
If I could just learn how to drink water the right way.
Yeah, well, if you weren't an alien abductee, you probably would know how to drink water the right way. Could close contact with these alien creatures, even if only imagined, result in the opening of these channels in the human mind? And is this simply a result of such an encounter, or might it be a purposeful act? And if so, why would aliens wish for us to have the use of such powers?
This is going back to that documentary that we both watched. It was the White House guy who he has two He has 2 documentaries, and he claims that the way that humans interact with ETs are through the mind.
Wait, are you talking about the guy who said he used to work at Area 51?
I think he said that he worked with the White House. I'm not sure about 51.
Okay. Off mic moment. We were trying to figure out what the hell it was we were talking about. It's not Bob Lazar.
No, it's not. It's not Bob
Something
Lazar.
else.
He's like a doctor. He's a doctor, and you remember this? It was they're sitting on the beach like meditating, and they were taking pictures of it, and like behind one of the people was like you saw this like weird looking alien creature.
It's not.
We watched this.
It's not sparking my memory.
That's what they want you
That's
to
what they
to
want me
forget.
to forget. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a little Google search after this and try to find it. But number 1 is alien implants.
Right. Is your posterior beeping?
Should it be?
Is there a giant satellite launching out of your butt
It could be.
at the press of a button?
And it
This
just
is
happens
this
at
is all
nighttime.
South Park reference. This
Yeah.
is
Oh, okay,
Eric
great.
Cartman gets an anal probe.
Oh, good. Yeah, that would happen to poor Eric. All right, so perhaps one of the biggest signs of alien abduction is the discovery of strange pieces of metallic or stone-like material inside the body. These implants are often found during visits to a dentist. Well, I don't know what a dentist is doing in your butt. Or when receiving treatment for another medical condition. In some instances, these strange implants simply fall out of a person's body during a nosebleed, for example. Most people attempt to preserve such implants for testing. However, even more bizarrely, these devices often simply melt away into nothing.
That's awesome.
That's some advanced technology. Why they are placed into some people and by whom remains unknown. It would appear they are some kind of tag. Indeed, many people who come to realize they are a victim of alien abduction also realize that such events have sometimes happened over many years, sometimes even in different locations as the person moves around during their lives. Perhaps of all of our points, implants might be the most definitive and solid proof of a truly bizarre incident. So they're just pretty much saying you could be abducted once and abducted multiple times, because maybe they're studying you.
It'd be a lot easier if you just had one of those like like ear tags, or like the geese at the zoo have like those little collars.
Oh yeah, the little collars.
Those little collars. That'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. Bring back the choker necklaces.
I think they're back.
I think they're back.
Look,
I don't know. When I was out today, there was a lot of Gen Z age people dressed in like 2000s goth, and
it's super in.
It's it's insulting, okay? It's insulting.
If I couldn't do it, why can they?
Anyways, well, that is our episode for today. If you checked off any of the boxes on this list, let us know. We'd love to hear your story. So
I actually would want to hear about your
potential alien
implants
encounter.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be very down for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Only if you feel safe.
Only if you feel safe.
If you think you're going to get like zapped or something.
Yeah.
Maybe just
radio
sounds is fine too.
You could just blink to us in Morse code. Sounds good.
There we go.
Alrighty. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to go look at YouTube clips of CCTV's finding shadow things.
Great. Good. Awesome. Yeah. Love it. All right. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Adios.